alayhi means is made of Allah. Wala means upon. And who means it or which. Okay. So when you combine this will be alayhi. Okay. Alayhi means upon which. So what we found upon which, or what we found our fathers upon which, upon what. Okay. The next word is aba'ana. Okay. So upon what or upon which. Okay. So the next word is plural. Okay. So Abba or Abu is father or Abu. Okay. Depending if it is in the state of marfu or nasab or jar. So plural is Aba fathers. Fathers means forefathers. Fathers, grandfathers, and all those. Okay, and this should be pronounced Abauna, Abaun, and when you put in na, means our fathers. Okay. And when you combine these two, it will be pronounced Abauna. One dhamma will be pronounced our fathers, our forefathers. Abauna, okay, and it is coming after the verb, so u will change into a fatha, aba'ana. Okay. So this is what it is, our fathers, our forefathers. So their reply is that when someone said to them, follow what Allah has sent down, okay, which is Quran for example, they replied, qalu, bal, no but, nattabi'u, we follow, ma alfayna, that what we found, alayhi aba'ana, upon what we found our forefathers. What we found our forefathers doing, we are going to follow that. Whatever our fathers are at, means however they are worshipping, whoever they are worshipping, we are going to follow them, our forefathers. So this is their reply. So here there are two speakers. One speaker, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not mentioning who was that. Someone said to these people, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ, someone said to them, or it was said to them. What was said? Only few words. اتَّبِعُوا مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ, follow what Allah has sent down. Then they replied that no, we will follow what our forefathers, we found them upon. Okay? So now, after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the speaker in the next word. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is revealing the conversation of these two parties, and then after that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is responding. He is answering them by saying awalau kana. Just let's look at these words. Okay, so awalau, this is the word. Okay. So wa means and la means if. Okay. And alif with a hamza and fatha makes or brings the concept of a question. Okay? So you can say, is it, if, and if. Is it and if. Okay? But there is a good word in English for this whole thing, can be translated as even though, or even if. Even if, or even though. Okay? Awalau, even though. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is now answering the conversation of these two parties by saying, even though okay. Now the next word is again aba'uhum, their forefathers or their fathers. Okay, so the word is aba'un. We just saw that, and plus whom. So this will be, when you read together, aba'uhum, their fathers or forefathers. Okay. Now, the word kaf, waw, and noon means to be. Kawana, and if we put 3 fathas on each of these, this brings the meaning of third person past tense, which is means he was. Okay, and waw with the fatha changes into an alif, so it becomes kana. Kana means he was. So this is like a single person past tense. Okay. Also, when you're talking about a group of people, then the same grammar is used. So this is a group of people. Aba'uhum, their forefathers, is a group. So for them, this will be used. Okay. So instead of he, we'll say aba'uhum, kana aba'uhum. And in English, to make a proper sentence, we will have to translate were instead of was. Even though their forefathers were. Even though their forefathers or fathers were.
There is a Hamza on Awalau, right? On A there should be Hamza, right?
Awalau.
I think Hamza is missing from Alif.
Oh, yeah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying there that these people are saying we will follow what we found our forefathers at. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is responding that even though their forefathers were, what were they were? Next few words will explain to them. Okay? So the next word is from these root letters, N, Kaf and Lam. This means to understand. And if we put a ya in the beginning and huna at the end, it becomes present tense, third person, plural. Ya'qiluna. Ya'qiluna means they understand. Ya'qiluna, they have understanding or they understand. And the word before that is la ya'qiluna, means they do not understand. Okay? So the translation will be, even though their fathers were such that they had no understanding. Okay? Even though their fathers had no understanding. Which means they are insisting that they are going to follow what their forefathers have been doing, the way they have been worshipping. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that even though their forefathers had no understanding, these people are still going to follow them. Okay? La yaqiluna, have no understanding. Even though their forefathers, and because kana is the past tense, so you can translate even though their forefathers had no understanding, because the whole thing is in the past. Okay? So have no understanding, you can translate this had no understanding. Okay? Because everything is being talked about what the fathers did in the past. Okay? Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala further saying the word shay'an. Okay? So shay'un means anything at all. Shay means thing. Anything at all. Means they had no understanding. So one of the good meaning of the shay'un is at all. Even though their forefathers had no understanding at all. So shay'un means at all. At all is anything. Anything at all. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying they are still insisting that they will follow what they found their fathers upon, even though their forefathers, their fathers, grandfathers, had no understanding at all. Okay? Understanding of the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? And then Allah further says, wala yahtadun. Okay? So, wa, la, and not. Okay? The word is yahtadun. Yahtaduna. So this word is from ha, dal and ya. Okay? And this bab fa'ala. Okay? And bab ifta'ala is ihtida. Ihtida means to get guidance, to get guidance. Ihtada means to get guidance. Yahtadun, they get guidance. Or they are guided. La means not, means they were not guided. They are not guided, but because the whole sentence is in the past, it will be translated even though their forefathers had no understanding at all, and they were not guided. They, actual meaning is present tense, but because the whole thing is talking about what happened in the past tense, so translation will be, and they were not guided. Wala, and not, they were guided. Okay. One other thing is that whenever you see a combination of la and wala, okay, like one statement is about la, which is la yaqiluna, and the second statement is about wala yahtaduna. A good translation in English is that first one you translate as neither, and the second wala, the whole thing, waw and la, you translate as a nor. So you will translate la yaqiluna shay'un, neither they had understanding at all, nor were they guided. Okay? So you can bring the concept of neither and nor only when you have a la and a wala. Okay? So both things they did not have. Neither they had the understanding of the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nor were they guided. So that's the meaning of la and a wala together. Okay? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala further says